I know too much about you. Are you still gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Why do they have nicknames?
You should know what the group is called. Band.
Band.
Big ass motherfuckers.
Man.
So this is where
I'm sorry. I hate how white people took that sound, and yet the hook, nigga, cause I'm bad to the bone.
No. That's what I was gonna say. So this is where that song came from.
I'm not really sure. That I didn't know. Did it? Don't tell me that it premiered.
I mean, the very first time I heard that song "Bad to the Bone," like most of us was kids, we heard it in Terminator 2.
I heard it in Problem Child. Remember?
It wasn't Problem Child, but you know what?
I forgot. I think it was the first one or the second one. I don't remember. Whatever.
I saw it. Well, I first saw it in Terminator 2, and then I saw it in Problem Child. Next.
Yeah, it was in Terminator.
I had no idea it was in this movie up until the end.
Bad to the Bone. God, I mean, the shit was a banger because it was everywhere.
but yeah. So anyway, y'all, welcome to another.
And I hate to be that person, and I got to be that person. You know the hot part, Eris? Do you know the hot part of that song, though?
I broke 1,000 hearts.
No. Best part. Bad. That shit hot, nigga.
Okay, a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool.
I don't know. I think the reason why is because I like the beat of the song so much, because that's that good old Cadillac Records. You know what I'm saying?
So I just wanted to welcome everybody back to another episode of BAM. Today we are talking about the 1983 John Carpenter film Christine, based on Stephen King's book of the same title.
Yes, this is one of the few Stephen King movies. Well, movies that that were based off his books, where Stephen King goes, that was all right. That was pretty all right. I'm not mad at this one. I'm not mad at this one. Kubrick can go fuck himself. This one's not bad. That kills me young, but I get it.
So basically the movie follows the changes in the lives of Arnie Cunningham. It's like his friends, his family, his teenage enemies after Arnie buys a classic red and white 1958 Plymouth Fury that he names Christine. License plate number QCB 241. A car that seems to have a jealous, possessive personality and a mind of its own, which has also had a bad influence on Arnie.
Yes, it does. You see that this bad influence is a mystery, is the spirit of a car guy. That's the best way to say it, because it's basically this one. What you got was the guy that basically had it before Arnie went crazy. Remember we got when the whole setup though, Eris, is that Arnie is a weakling. He's the kid that gets beat up all the time, but luckily he has a friend that's more popular than him. Thankfully. Thankfully, because it seems that in this school, like in every Stephen King movie, are full of testosterone-driven bullies who are clearly 37 years old. Oh yeah,
especially what's dude's name? Buddy.
But I thought Buddy was the fat one. No, who was it?
No, I thought Buddy was the one with the knife, the one that thought he was hot shit.
Oh my god!
AKA the understudy of the main character from Happy Days.
That dude looks like he has like a 10-pound bar dumbbell, but he curls it like 300 times. So he got like a really tight little thing going on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He like this dude looked like the first time I seen him, he's like, yeah, you fucking fat. Yeah, they say fag like 6 times in this movie. But
hey, it's 1983.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
No. It's 1983, bro. Gloves off, everything.
Gloves off. You better be glad the N-word weren't flying around like crazy. This is a Stephen King movie. You better be glad the N-word wasn't flying around. But I like how this dude was just like, he just straight up looked like an older. He played football for Atlanta Falcons or some shit, yeah. Like, yo, but he was just an older shit. But all the like, you know, they make Arnie's life a living hell. Arnie is just a guy, you know, he's trying to date girls and trying to get lucky, trying to score, you know. and he's classic nerd because as long as I've known people to wear glasses, Eris, I only probably saw twice in my life somebody literally put tape around their glasses like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, you
like,
pretty much had to after they get broke.
Yeah. It's like, but I just like how that's the classic look of the white tape between the white tape keeping the glasses all together. But that's the whole thing with Arnie, man. He is your prototypical nerd in a Stephen King film, man, which is weak as hell and always, I could be stronger. He always got that look on his face, man. But the guy who plays him is what was his name?
His name is Keith Gordon.
Yeah, Keith Gordon. I don't remember seeing him in too much anything else, man. Like I've seen him probably like in one other movie, maybe, but you know.
Well, technically he was at one point in time he was a filmmaker. He only produced he was a screenwriter, co-producer. His last film was the same Detective in 2003.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny seeing how actually, let's take a harder stop.
Oh, wait, hold on. He was in another movie back in the 70s.
Wait. Well, I'm about to see right here.
No, I wanted you to guess, but fuck it.
I would have never guessed it.
1978's Jaws 2.
I would have never guessed Jaws. You know, it's kind of funny. God damn it. I hate how Three Black Geeks always we flirt with the idea of we know Jaws and we want to talk about it. It never comes to fruition.
No, see,
it always goes back though, man.
Yeah, it goes back to Jaws. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, he was in an episode of Miami Vice,
and he was in Back to School. That's the thing. And he was in Back to School. That was the thing. I knew he was like in like a comedy. I just didn't remember what it was. But like I said,
and he was in an episode of Dexter.
God. I wouldn't remember.
The last thing he did as an actor, though, was 2018. 2003 was his last time making, being a filmmaker. He's directed. That's the other thing. He's directed like a lot of TV shows.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Like, see, I like that, man. He kept working. You know what I mean? I love seeing these guys, some of these actors who, you probably only see them in one or two things, and all of a sudden, they kept in Hollywood. They're writing. They're like, in one case, it was one person became like an editor or some shit, and they edited like a whole bunch of movies. Like, yo, that motherfucker had a career. You know what I mean? Like, fuck acting, I'm better. But so it's kind of funny how you see like how that happens to some people. Like, and the thing I was trying to say hard to stop for was Eris. Who directed this movie? This movie was directed by your boy.
Oh yeah, this movie was directed by the great himself, John Carpenter.
And while we're here, hi, Mr. Gaddafi. I love you as always, brother. I see you in the comments. I just want to let you know that I see you, and I'm glad. I've told myself like, God, we early, man. Ain't nobody gonna be on, but Gaddafi gonna be on. But no, as far as John Carpenter, bro, Three Black Geeks, we did the thing, and we didn't do the original Halloween. We didn't do nothing else like that. So we're trying to start doing more John Carpenter. We did They Live though, and we did They Live.
Yeah, we did They Live, and we did Escape from New York.
Yes, we did do. God, we did do 3. Yeah, I do. It's like I felt like
so
we did
far-
more than we.
So
You know,
far, we've done 3 of Carpenter's best films.
I would probably say those probably the best 3, maybe
Those
because
are
I know
3
some people. Because you know some people they stand by motherfucking Halloween. You know what I mean? The first Halloween movies. You know.
Well, everyone says that Carpenter was great up until hell. It's widely regarded that his last good movie was They Live.
Yeah, maybe. You know,
It's widely regarded. A lot of people say that. A lot of people believe that the moment Carpenter stepped into the 1990s, it was a wrap. He hasn't had a hit as far as movie. Like his movies have not hit since They Live.
No.
Not even Escape, because even Escape from LA was terrible.
Village of the Damned. He did that. Village of the Damned. You have little kids. You know what, Chris? I mean, not Chris, Eris. I think that's worth. I think it's worth revisiting that movie though. Village of the Damned was probably worth revisiting. What I remember, it was okay.
He did direct that one. But I think even in that movie, it's kind of like
you saw what I said. Okay,
it's just okay. It wasn't on the same. It wasn't hitting the same as They Live, Prince of Darkness, Big Trouble in Little China. Hell, even Starman, I think, had better push than Village of the Damned.
Let me get this shit straight. Now, I remember this movie being out. I just never saw it. You mean to tell me I never seen it at all, which is Vampires, 1998 Vampires.
Yep, that was another one that wasn't that great.
Ah, man, starring James Woods. Wow. James Woods stars as Jack Crow, the leader of a team of vampire hunters. That should work, just saying that. But no.
it should work. And you know what I find ironic? It's 1990.
Griffith's in it.
No, D, you know what I find even more ironic? You want to know what I really find more ironic? This movie's called Vampires. It's about James Wood leading a team of vampire hunters, and the movie came out in 1998. You want to know a movie that did it better that same year? One guy, one black man who breathed life into the comic book movie genre again, and that was Blade.
Ain't it kind of funny? And I'm just looking at it, a critical response of this. They say beautifully shot. See, that's the problem. See, it's John Carpenter. If anything, he's gonna at least make the shot look good. Yeah, but anyway, Roger Ebert gave it 2.5 stars. So that tells you everything you need to know, man. But when it comes to John Carpenter, Ghost of Mars. God, did I see Ghost of Mars?
Yeah, he did Ghost of Mars. Again, his movies have not hit since They Live.
You know, it feels like he had something to say back then. At least he felt like he was challenged, or at least that I want to say challenge. Like, I hate saying that somebody is like not challenged enough, or like, they don't feel like they're showing enough of their vision or whatever like that. I can imagine he had to fight a lot to get what he wanted out there. And it just seems like by the time he got to the 90s, the studio was like, okay, but do that because we fucking told you to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we like start this person. I don't want that person. Yeah, you want this movie, right, John? Right? Yeah, so you're gonna do what we told you to do.
But then we got another movie of his. I mean, and we'll get back to Christine in a moment. I just wanted to touch on something else since we're talking about Carpenter. With Carpenter, he had probably one of the. This came out. Yeah, the movie that came out 2 movies before Christine, and that's The Fog.
The Fog, yeah. The Fog, which we're going to fucking do. We're going to cover eventually, but yes.
Now, the interesting thing about that movie cut his budget. And when you watch the movie, you will say to yourself, damn, he was able to make, XYZ look good with the amount of budget cutting that took place. And and the thing is, he hates that movie.
Is it because they cut his budget?
Yeah, it was just because of the studio cutting the budget. He wasn't able to do what he really wanted to do with the movie, and that's why he hates it.
Or it could be the fact that it stars his ex-wife.
Nope, that had nothing to do with it. He really said, because he said it back then that he hated this movie when it came out.
And yeah, I remember they did the remake of that. I remember the remake now. I remember saying that I liked the remake. No, I didn't. I was thinking of another movie that was actually pretty decent, which was The Mist. I wasn't The Fog at all.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with The Fog. So The Fog was a different movie. So yeah, so in this one, 1.1. Now think about it. You said they cut his budget, bro.
Yeah, they cut his budget.
They only gave 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you will give that nigga $3 million in 1970. What 1970? No, 79 for let's just say 79 for instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 79 when they were probably working on the movie.
But yo, man, but still, the fact that it brought in so much, man, and it really actually established Jamie. I know it actually really did more for Jamie Lee Curtis. You know what I mean? Just like keeping her face out there during the time, man. And then eventually we got to see her ass and titties. Eventually. Gotta wait, guys. Gotta wait. Which I really hate.
Gotta wait for that fruit to be just right.
Just right. It's going to have a couple spots on it. If you can deal with that, I think you'll be fine. Couple of age spots, you know what I mean? You just say it's just distinct. It's distinct. That's what it really is. But you know who surprised me in this. Now we already talked about Arnie. We talked about his best friend. Now his best friend in the movie. Yeah.
His best friend in the movie being
fucked up. No, I fucked up because I had to dig up here. I was stuck on the fall, man. That was actually Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Played by John Stockwell. If anybody knows John Stockwell, here's a bit of trivia for you. He ain't doing so well nowadays. But that's terrible. No. John kept working. Let's put it right there. John kept working. He did a little bit of directing himself and all the rest of that. I actually think writing. Was it writing or directing? No, directing. He did both, actually. So he's been directing for a good minute now. And did he do anything that we know? No. So there you go. I think Blue Crush. Did I see Blue Crush? I seen Blue Crush, but why would I see Blue Crush?
Wait a minute. He was in Top Gun. He was Cougar.
Oh my God. He directed this. Blue Crush was a sports film. Was a sports film that starred Kate Bosworth, Michelle Rodriguez. It tells the story of three friends with one passion, living their ultimate dreams, surfing in Hawaii's famous North Shore. Oh my God.
Catch the waves, man.
I remember that movie. Oh man, Turistas. He did Turistas. Wow, Mr. Stockwell, you're a terrible. Who holds the camera for you? Who holds the camera for you?
Wait. No.
Whatever.
No,
you did the L word.
Well, no, D. He did the L word. I got 2 movies that he directed. I didn't know he directed these because I wasn't paying attention. But damn it, this surprised me. So he directed the SEAL Team 6 movie in 2012.
Yes, he did.
And he directed Kickboxer Vengeance in 2016.
Kickboxer. Wait a minute. So new one.
Yes, the new one with Van Damme.
I'm seeing some of these. I remember Armed Response. Armed Response is the Wesley Snipes joint. Yes, it is. Okay, Eris. I think John Stockwell might be our future Bam's favorite director. These are some juicy bad movies.
Okay,
Cannabis Kids. Cannabis Kids. Was that the one with Cannabis? Yeah, I remember that.
Wait. See, SEAL Team 6 wasn't actually a bad movie, in my opinion. I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, it was a true story and borderline snuff film, but it was good. It was, the directing and the way the movie looked. It looked good. It was like, hey, this looks like it looks like one of the raid missions in Modern Warfare, but just acted instead of a video game.
Listen to me. There was a thick amount of racism, but let's just be real. There was a thick amount of racism in real life. So let's.
I think it's a thick amount of racism right now.
Like, come on, man. Let this nigga act. Look, Yo, but John Stockwell look like he's done a couple of things that we actually should be trying to review. Good Lord. No, you didn't. Into the Blue. He directed Into the Blue.
Yeah, he did.
Paul Walker, Jessica Alba, Scott Conn, Ashley Scott, Josh Brolin. Why haven't I seen this movie? Like, no, seriously. John Stockwell has directed more. It's kind of funny that it is really kind of funny that how John Stockwell went into directing and actually cut a bit of a career for himself, man. So yeah, that's actually interesting. That has been interesting.
I mean, you can't see that right there when you said, was he in anything that we've seen? You said no. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I know he was in other stuff. When I saw that he played Cougar, I'm like, yeah, I thought that was you.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. Here's the thing with D, because D is a piece of shit. I don't never count Top Gun. Why? Because Top Gun, believe it or not, is a movie I'd never seen before. Yep. All I saw was Playing with the Boys and the gay shit. I ain't seen nothing else.
I mean, come on. That line of I got the need for speed.
Ugh. I've seen that all my life, and that's probably what kept me away from the movie. It is kind of weird. But anyway, Arnie and your boy Arnie and Dennis, Dennis protects Arnie from getting his ass whooped. While Arnie's over there, where Dennis is over there talking to his girl, Arnie is doing the most creep thing in the world. He's sniffing homegirl's hair. Which this is one thing I gotta tell this to everybody. If you got a homie that sniff a girl's hair, talk to him.
Talk to him. Pull him to the side.
Talk to him. I'm not saying tell him to stop sniffing. Well, yes, tell him to stop sniffing girls' hair. But yo, come to a consensus with him, man. Like, try to find out what's going wrong in his life. Lord, Eris, can you answer this question? Can you answer this, man?
Is it weird that I've never found Jamie Lee Curtis till she was on New Girl as Jess's mom? Well, it depends on your timing of watching movies and stuff.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Because the interesting thing about Jamie Lee Curtis is she was in a lot of movies and more movies and TV shows. She was in so many movies that you wouldn't even know, like, wait, which one was she in again? Which one was the first one? Wait, how old was she in this one? She just pops up in movies.
I just like to think that
think of her as like the white Morgan Freeman or Sam Jackson. She just popped up in everything.
I just like that Jamie Lee Curtis at one point in her career was like, I'm just going to show my titties off and not give a fuck about anybody thinks. And then she immediately went back on mom mode after that.
She did that. I remember when she did that in Trading Places. When she did that in Trading Places and showed off the girls, I was like,
the girls.
I was like, very nice. Very, very, very nice, Miss Curtis. Very nice.
Very nice.
And then she went into I would say hot new mom mode in True Lies with the striptease.
Okay. Mom jeans having ass Jamie Lee Curtis is a weird hot that I don't like discussing. I don't like discussing 50 like Jamie Lee at 44 to like 56. I don't like discussing that.
But D, let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually we're gonna, if we ever talk about that scene in True Lies, let's go ahead and talk about this scene now. Were you like everybody else, where you saw her and you said, "Go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead."
Little boy, of course I was watching. It's a striptease. And Arnold's just there.
No. I mean, I'm talking about you look at it now.
I'm looking at it now. I see that scene now. I'd be like, I'm not going to stop her.
Exactly.
What the fuck you want to?
That should have been my question. Looking at that scene now, are you going to stop her?
I'm just like, Eris, you want me to be full? I'll be full. I like looking at it now though. Look, I will say this. I'm not that
Fish Called
attracted.
Wanda. Yes, Gaddafi. That is another one. That's the first movie you saw her in was A Fish Called Wanda.
Like
There you go.
like for me, in that scene that I ain't saying that she wasn't hot. No, I wasn't saying that. It's just that it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. It's just weird that when I saw her cosplay Cammy, it's like, how are you hotter? That makes no sense. Like, who was she cosplaying? When she came out recently, and Ipsy and Nipsey was out, and I was like, "Yo, Jamie, why you shitting on all these old hoes?" I give Jamie Lee Curtis that she's aged very well. While I can say a lot of actresses her age, some of them, I would give a lot of actors of her age, at least this crop, they're not aging so rapidly because Hollywood is not hard on them like it used to be. But
the Hollywood machine,
the Hollywood machine don't chew up girls like they usually do. At least not they like they used to. It's a different type of chewing up. It's the mental chew up anyway. But it's kind of funny when you see her. It's like Jamie kept up. She know what she. You know what it is? She know what she look like. She know what she doing. It's one of them things where like she know how she look. She know she bending over.
Oh, she know what she doing. Them little ass shorts on. She know we be looking.
She know we be looking. Golly, yeah. But I like how Ernie and Dennis they're like walking home back from school, and Ernie sees a beat up ass car.
Oh no! They were driving.
Oh, they were driving. Yes, they were driving. Not walking.
Remember, they were driving. They were driving home after. Man, something's got to be done about that Buddy guy.
Yeah, I'll punch him in his face and call him a bitch.
Now,
it's that type of shit. It's that type of shit.
Now let's think about something here. See, it's the late summer of September 1978. And when they're not talking about what to do with Buddy, they are talking about jerking off. Because apparently you can have an open conversation about that back in the late 70s.
I thought masturbation was a different thing back then. Like, you knew niggas did it, but you your business, man. I think it all was like that. You know what I mean? I don't know what the conversation was, but conversations were back then. Like, it's going to freak me out to hear, like, my son's generation talking about whacking off, but I'm gonna be a little bit like, I get it. Back then, oh shit, I'm hitting my computer.
you pulled the CJ, but
I know, man. So back in the day, what I used to do, what, like you scratch yourself. Anyway,
stop it.
Yo, I know I straight ahead because it's the way it's anyway. But I always think to myself, like back in the day, how do you start that conversation? Yeah, man. So
you either start the conversation either by
I like how they had that big ass. Also, there was the big ass steering wheel where it's like this far apart and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Are you driving a truck? Nah, man. This is a Dodge.
You're driving that old ass good Dodge too.
Was that was a Charger, right?
That was a Charger.
That was a Charger, yeah. So which was like, this is like, we had some old classic Detroit cars in this motherfucker. But
just looking at that movie, I'm like, good lord, this is like the whole movie, $10 million budget, half of that went straight to freaking Detroit steel.
You are not lying. That's pure Detroit steel, nigga. It's funny real quick. You and I are a bit of car guys. I know you and I are kind of like, we don't fuck with Detroit like that. But that being said, I made everybody laugh because I told this to my other car group, Eris. I told everybody, like, you probably like, oh, I like German cars because Eris, you're a German dude. You're a German car dude. Like me, I still like JDM. I love Japanese cars.
I become more, but hold on, see. To be fair, I've become more of a JDM guy since my time across the pond.
Of course, I was, of course.
And I like the older German cars. As
really? So you like more of the 90s and the 80s with them?
More so the 90s. 90s and early 2000 German cars. cars.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. Like you can like whatever you want, and I know like and even with the people, like it's always people that like I want to say shit on American cars, but you don't talk about domestic cars. You just don't talk about it, right? Talk all that shit. You got a Cadillac you want. Everybody, yep. I know what Cadillac I want. Everybody, like say what you will. To me, that is something that should stand out for Cadillac. Yeah, you know what Cadillac you want, nigga.
I know.
like the guy the Cadillac did. Yeah. Come here, walk me, talk to me.
I know the one that I want. The one that I want is one that I don't even think they even make anymore. In fact, I think they stopped making it years ago, and that was the XLR.
The XLR, I think they did. They did. I think
that was the convertible.
Yeah, they stopped making that one, man. They don't make the convertible now of the CTS, but that engine in the new CTS, nigga, woo! I'm sorry, what? That's legal? Yes, I want it. I like that.
Oh no, someone actually asked the question. Are you talking about the 1983 Christine film? Yes. As you can see behind us, the background picture is of the car.
I don't know if I can make us little or something like this, like so you can see like Christine in the background. No, see that won't help.
That's terrible, dude. Put it back.
Yeah. Oh shit. yeah. Fucking. Oh damn! I thought I was gonna do like a see. I got it, but it's Christine. But but whatever, man. But I left like all this movie's full of Detroit cars, and I have a bit of a soft spot for the older model cars, just because it's a classic look. You know what I mean? And when he drive past the old car, Arnie's like, "Stop! Look at it. She's beautiful." And Dennis is like,
"This is an old piece of junk."
I know, and that's the best part about it. You know how I get some people can see something like, nah, all I gotta do is this, that, and other. And usually it's like 5 things, right? That was a totaled piece of shit. There is no way to get around it. And this nigga Arnie has a erection 10 miles wide for this thing. Like, I want it.
Little does he know. Little does Arnie know that he's about to buy a car that has a literal body count.
Oh, yes. See, Christine is cursed. Well, he didn't name it yet, but this car is cursed. But I like how all of a sudden the owner comes out. You know, it's always great when an owner comes out and comes out of nowhere, you know, then you hear him walk, nothing disappear. That's always a great thing.
Wait, hold on. God, I need something. Fuck it. I'm going to use this. You see him doing this. You like the car, huh?
You know, I'm wiping the hands. Yeah.
So, yep, my brother, that piece of shit, loved that car more than he loved his own wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're getting right now is a trope that Stephen King loves doing in all of his movies. Well, at least in all of his stories. Get the old man to give you exposition on the spooky thing that you're about to see. Stephen King is actually okay with this. When these shorter stories like this, Pet Sematary, it works. The Langoliers, they kind of work with that too, but it was a shitty ass movie. But the point is, this is something that Stephen King loves doing. Also, he loves throwing homosexual. He loves throwing really homophobic lines out for the bullies. Speaking of which, we already mentioned the bullies, and these bullies are classic Stephen King bullies. Irredeemable. Good Lord. You could dump holy water on them and have them sing, lift every voice and sing, and you still want to banish them to hell.
First of all, when you have bullies that are named Buddy and Moochie.
Moochie rapes women. Oh, it's 78. So he ain't nobody gonna catch him for a while.
He's inappropriately touched copious amounts of women and got away with it.
Ooh, that's a dude that's current day is like, I don't see nothing wrong with the turn grabbing by the pussy. See, back in the day.
By the way, but getting back to the old guy covered out, again, him ninjaing his way into the scene.
Far is great when they got goggles on. That's going to be a good thing.
I took one look at him and I realized who that was. That was Robert's Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know who Robert Blossom is, That is Old Man Marley from Home Alone.
Yes. Old Man Marley. That really is him. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry because Eris ruined that for me because it was fine. That scene was fine. D, don't do it. Don't do D. Yeah, all right. Old Man Marley killed a whole bunch of people and they won't. There's a reason why he's not allowed. No, I said, yeah, there's a reason why he ain't allowed to ride his granddaughter. It's like, D, stop it. You started it. I was fine. The scene was going to end, Eris. You knew I wasn't going to say nothing evil.
Oh, no. I knew you were going to say everything.
I can't let nothing be nice. I can't sometimes. That one, I was fine because it was good. And just all of a sudden, like, you know what? He can't be around his granddaughter, right?
Wait.
Why he can't be around other women, right?
Wait, put up Gaddafi's message about the bullies.
Oh my god. No. Wait a minute. That one?
I love it. They're Yamazaki tier bullies.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Only because one has a knife.
I mean, yo, who knew that back? Like, see, who knew in 6 short years, a 9mm would be the be all end all in a high school. Back in the day, freak. I want a poker was all you needed.
No, back in the day, flink. You want to go? It was either sorry. This is 1978. You want to dance?
All right, I hear you. Come on, let's fucking dance. That type of Carpenter, yeah.
Oh,
yo,
no, hold on. Put up the other one. Put up the other one that just put up. See, and I had sent this to you when we were talking about this before we recorded.
What this?
That right there. It's funny as hell when Buddy Riverton tried to run from a flaming Christine, only to get run over and his flaming body lies there on that lonely street.
I want, bro, the fact, when you see a
flaming Plymouth chasing you.
You tried to outrun him. The best
Why
part,
would you try to outrun a car on a straightaway?
Oh my God! Since we're talking about that, the whole point is this: he gives her the car. He gives her the now when your boy gives her the car, how much did he want for it? How much
he tried? First of all, he tried to negotiate $300 to like $250 for it, and he flat out gave him like $300 for it. I was like, yeah, Arnie, you are not the best negotiator in this situation.
$300.
Okay, Eric,
you want to know something interesting?
In 1978, by the way.
You want to know something interesting? Nowadays, if you told me all right, it doesn't have to be that same Plymouth, all right? But let's just go. Actually, go with my car. My car is a Caravan, right? Imagine that thing had like it was just as beat up as that, and you said how much you want? 300. Yeah, bet. Yeah, you still got the chassis and everything. Yeah, that had 300. I give you 3 for that. Give me 3 for all of that. Yeah, nowadays, yeah. So I'm thinking like, why 300 back then? 300 back then is like almost that's close to a G or over a G now. Why would you?
Only because.
Why?
Only because dude wanted to get rid of it.
Okay, when you want to get rid of shit, Eris, and you know this, why did Arnie not give this nigga $75? Is what I'm trying to say.
See, here's the problem. Arnie is willing to put up the money because, as you've seen from the movie, he clearly comes from a upper middle class family.
What was I looking at? American Dad, and Klaus is like, I was at Lindsay Lohan's bar and I waited on a chicken Caesar wrap for 2 hours and it never showed up. I paid him another $40. That's just me. I like to splash. And that's what it sounds like to be like, wait a minute. So why did you do that? Arnie's home life is typical 1950s. I got a son for a nerd. I got a nerd for his son. God damn it. Son, Arnie, I got a question. When was the last time you slept with a woman? No, not one of these high school chicks. I mean a real woman. So that's
You know
your
what?
problem, son.
You know what I also loved about them about his dad in the movie. His dad. Let's be real here. I took one look at his dad in the movie and I said, "Are you Robert Darnell? Are you you wouldn't happen to be Bernie Lomax years from now, would you?"
You was concerned about that. Here's me. You're not backhanding your wife, are you?
Yeah, I mean, because didn't he look like he could play? He could pull that off.
He do look like Bernie Lomax. Yeah, that's a good question. God, wait a minute. I'm looking at riff tracks and it happened. I forgot what movie it was. And the dude was like, look, you know how like an actor would look off in the distance? When he did that, you heard Mike go, "Am I Bernie Lomax?" And when he said that, I couldn't stop laughing because the mustache and everything. I died.
Seriously. So he buys the car, which, by the way, all right, I'm about to go into anime weebness real quick.
Oh boy.
This, just from this story alone, the story of a guy buying a car, it's quote unquote possessed by a demon or whatever. We have seen this in how many stories? One in particular is actually inspired an anime/manga series called Wangan Midnight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
This movie inspired Wangan Midnight.
To have a car that's pretty much like the devil car.
Yeah, the devil car. The Devil Z.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
You know, Eris, I keep on asking, from what reaches of the crack of your ass do you find these fucking trivias?
That's the truth.
Like, yo, that lines up. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
I mean, there was like a bunch of stuff. There was this one. God, what was it? Actually, you can also see it in the Love Bug. And that was in 1968, but it was an earlier movie, more or less about a car that has a mind of its own. Then there was Little Bastard. James Dean's car was claimed to be cursed in that movie. The Wraith in '86 was about a mystery car and driver challenging a car racing in a small town in Arizona.
It's always like a demon car or something possessed or something.
Yeah, but like the most direct inspiration was definitely Wangan Midnight.
I thought you were gonna say Speed Buggy. Zoom.
No, see, in order for that to happen, no.
People.
No, I would only say that if the car talked. If Christine talked, that's different.
Oh my God, man! Just be saying car puns all the time. Don't get my gears going.
Gave me the wrong motor oil.
Oh man, the carburetor's clogged up again.
I never did get that with Speed Buggy. I was like, Speed Buggy always sounded like he was about to break down at any minute.
Yo, man, this nigga got a serious ass weed cough, and that's the thing that really killed me about it, man.
I'm like, hey, yo, Speed, bro, you need to have a doctor to take a look.
Man, you gotta do something right there, boy, because
that
I'm
cough ain't right, bro. But no, going back to Christine. So when he gets the car, what I thought was interesting was he took the car home to his parents, and he tells his parents he got the car. Ooh, by the way, obvious disagreement. And don't you love that awkward, I'm at my friend's house watching my friend get cussed out by his parents?
I mean, just slow, like.
And the only thing that you could do is just stand there in the corner and just sip a glass of milk.
And then it gets me is that it's not even a usual day. It's like why won't you do this? Because I want to be for myself, man.
And then what makes it worse is his mom goes. I mean, like his mom is just yelling him out, chewing him out, and I'm sitting there. In my mind, I'm like the best friend. I'm just sitting there, just sipping my freaking milk. I'm just trying to stay quiet. I'm staying out of the conversation, staying out of the picture. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. Mom turns around, and why didn't you try to stop him, from getting this thing? Hey, look, I tried. I told him not to do it. I told him don't don't put your money into that. You obviously didn't try hard enough. Like, all right, ma'am.
I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and
check it out.
I'm gonna go
Check
ahead
it
and
out.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this time out to to just go home. I need to go home. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea if you did. I'm like, hey, don't get mad at me because your son bought a car that I clearly told him not to do.
But here's the thing.
That is your child.
And that's the thing to get me. It's like, I'm on my like, wait, whoa, Mrs. Cunningham. Don't yell at me. That's your dumbass son that said I'm gonna put 300 down on a junk car. 300 down in 1978 on a junk car.
That would be the equivalent of today. Like today's equivalent of that would be the guys who will put down $2,000 on a 1993 NA Miata that has been thrashed and back.
I'll bring it down for you even further. Imagine if you will, there is a Hyundai Elantra.
Hyundai Elantra.
Imagine it's a busted ass, beat up Hyundai Elantra. What year? Doesn't really matter. Fuck it. 2006. Let's go with that. Just imagine all that. It's all beat up. And you said, how much you spent for that junk? Like, how much you spent for it? 2 G's? What? Yeah, man, because all I gotta do is spend another 2 G's to revive it. You stupid motherfucker. Like, but whatever. Mom was right. What you find out is he takes it up to, which I wish these places exist, all night. Basically, it's a junkyard, but
it's more so a junkyard. It's a do-it-yourself. No, it's actually a do-it-yourself garage and junkyard.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure you got to rent for the base and all that rest of that mess. And I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, see, but here's the best part. He drives the car in, and of course, anytime you get the old man who runs the place, stogie in his mouth, he's like, say, listen, I'll tell you what, you clean up and do some deliveries around here for me, and I'll let you fix your place, fix your car up, and keep it here for free.
When I see anything gone, you're the first son of your ass is. What do you say? Your ass is out of here. So like
your ass is grass.
I just like it because it was just cool because I wish places like that exist. Arnie actually, with all his goodness inside of his heart, actually opens it up, break it down, actually starts trying to fix up this car, and it still looks ugly, but then all of a sudden everything starts to get a little bit too good on it. And then Arnie shows up at a game.
Yeah, no, hold on. We have to establish.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I forgot. Something happens before that. I forgot that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say we just got to establish time has passed.
Time has passed.
And time has passed. It's no longer summer. We're clearly in late October now, going into November, and Arnie has spent more time on the car. He got rid of his glasses, and he legit dresses like a 1950s greaser.
And also, it's just a minor thing, not a big thing. His posture is getting better. Yeah.
He develops a very, very arrogant and paranoid personality.
Yes, and I like it because Dennis goes back to the dude that sold him the car, and Dennis is like, "Yo, man, so the car you gave my boy, my nigga, so like, why does it do anything strange?" He's like, "Yeah, well, brother died in it." He's like, "Why did he die?"
Yeah, my piece of shit brother, he actually committed suicide in the car.
Let me tell you something. Pussy and alcohol do things to you. Fuck him. Like, I like how he made that very clear. My piece of shit brother. Because he really was like, nah, bro. Fuck him.
I mean, dude, what really made him say fuck him is his car. I mean, was it? The entire family was pretty much killed in that car.
Mm-hmm.
His only daughter choked to death in the car, and his wife also committed suicide in the car.
And
that was the other thing. He forced his brother to get rid of the car after the wife died, but the car came back 3 weeks later. See, and pay attention to that part because he says, "What? Yeah, The car came back 3 weeks later.
Came back. That's
that was to imply that his brother went back and got the car after he got rid of it. No, the car remembered where that nigga lived and
pulled up.
And pulled up. Sat in the driveway like, yep, you ain't getting rid of me.
So the best thing so after that little thing, Dennis is at the football game. Everybody's there. It's good old 1970s football. You know, guys got little things. You see a little bit of party or the midriff. And I said this on our God, what was it? Our last Boy Scout episode. Well, I'm telling Chris, like, what jerseys do you like? Do you like the ones that dangle over, the ones that are tight like in the NFL? Anyway, but I like it because I like this shot because you see the whole football game, and then you see your boy Buddy just sitting there like this, and all of a sudden you look over, he's like, "Hey, who the fuck is that?" You see this cherry red Plymouth pull up, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Like I said, if you have any love for like older looking cars, man, you can tell, man. And I like it. And it's Arnie. Oh shit, it's Arnie. Wait a minute. Who's that chick in the car with him? I like how Dennis is in the middle of a football game, like, I go, what?
Yep,
was that girl?
That was the girl that he tried to hit on earlier.
Yeah, and I like it because Dennis is going full speed. He's like running down the field, like he's a wide receiver, and he's just looking at Artie the whole time, like he's on kissing, like he see the girl get on kissing. He's like, the fuck is this nigga? Like, and a part of me is like two things. Number one, why you mad, nigga?
He's like,
congratulate your nigga. His car looked good. He looked good. The girl looked good. You should be congratulating him. Second of all, that DB's right under you. So the second you grab that ball, you're going to get clocked. And he did get clocked.
He got hit with a career-ending block.
Like that broke his leg. Did it break his leg or something like that?
He was done.
Yeah, I know he was done.
Remember, he sat up in the hospital for like, 3 months?
Again, the time frame. I like how John Carpenter just said, fuck you. Time's passed. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Yeah, man, but it's kind of funny. You see these shots throughout the movie where you see these big panning shots, and it's just funny. Amongst all the football players, your only focus is that car pulling up, probably because it's so bright and red. It just attracts your eye and all the rest of that. Just from an aesthetic point, man, I love that shot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because there's just so much going on, but you're focused on that little car pulling up. And it really does seem like that Dennis saw the whole thing as he's wearing, like, is that motherfucking, that's Arnie. When the fuck does nigga get that car?
He's running. Remember, he's running towards them.
Yeah, so he's like, "When the fuck does nigga get car?" I know he glanced up to know if the ball's coming his way, but still, you know what I mean? Like, yo, and Arnie, I love how Arnie just sees his nigga at the motherfucking hospital. This is like, damn, bro.
He gave that look. He really gave that look, like, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man.
You like this, so damn, dog. So what you're trying to tell me is that Alabama ain't looking at you no more to be a wide receiver.
Like, so Alabama ain't looking at you to be a wide receiver no more, huh?
So the scholarships is drying up, is what you're trying to tell me.
No, wait, D, I got you. Damn, so you really ain't gonna be a wide receiver for the Buccaneers, huh?
Yeah,
wait, hold up. You ain't gonna be a wide receiver for the Buccaneers. That's tough. That's tough,
man. It's gonna be a rough season for them, man. You know, you gotta do that rehab, and Godspeed on that, by the way.
And the real part that's sad is he tells him, you know what's funny? Our school hasn't won a single game since you got hurt.
Yeah, man. So you know what that means. You a star, man. Yeah, you always a star. But you get good, my nigga. You know, I'm gonna go out here and I'm try to fuck your girlfriend, by the way. But you do good.
Yeah, my man tells him, So, you and Lee Cabot, huh? How the hell did that happen? Hey, man, one day she just came around and seen the light.
Speaking of light errors,
You're like, I see you got the car fixed up. Yeah, it's a little ingenuity and elbow grease and hard work.
what do you
Does
say?
wonders.
What do you say? Elbow grease, something like this. What are you painting with?
Exactly.
What are you painting with? My
What part of the car are you painting?
exactly because like I was like, you know what, in that whole busted ass junkyard, not one time did I see any a regular spray can, nothing. Yo, man, that's a professional grade. That's professional grade right there, dog. Anyway, but yeah, so the thing to get me is like, all right, next scene. He is like, it's the drive through. You know what's going on there. It's raining. It's raining. Him and the girl, they in there, and
It's
this
hot
nigga,
and heavy.
it's hot and heavy. You know, he's kissing her. She ain't feeling none of it because this nigga probably kissed like a proud boy. You know, forcing tongue.
No, the French kisses and Proud Boy.
You know what I mean? Like forcing tongue, like biting, but not like the sexy biting. Just what? Ow, nigga, stop, stop.
But no, the real truth, no, it has nothing to do with him. She tells her straight up, I hate your car.
I gotta be real with you, baby.
I really think that your car is jealous of me.
And now two things. Bitch, this is Detroit magnificence that you're sitting in. Little bit of respect. Number two, hey, she can't get wet in the car, man. You need to stop.
No, hold on.
Yo, imagine if you were Eris, and if that's your main flexing tool, and she's like, this car though, man, this is what's throwing it off.
But here's something I will point out. The car hears this, obviously. And
thank you. Obviously, it hears.
And what does the car do to set? I swear, the setup game from Christine is amazing. First of all, Christine will say, "Oh, the windshield wipers that I was using so you could watch the movie, hold this broken." So, like, she stops the windshield wipers from working, which causes Arnie to get out of the car to try to attempt to fix it. Now, what he doesn't realize is that the moment he got out of the car, the car locks itself with Christine Christine locks the car with Lee inside of it, and Lee begins to choke after seeing a white light from within the car.
That's why I want to know, where was that light coming from, man?
That's...
And I was going to say, well, D, the middle console. Like, there is no middle console. That's a whole long-ass seat.
Listen. We're going to go ahead and just sum this up very, very simply. That light came from the same place that Marcellus Wallace's soul light came from when you open up the briefcase.
I love you, Eris. I thought you was going, because like, what was you going to say, D? The car's pussy.
No, it just came from
really, it was just like a light. It's like this glowing light.
Like a bright ass halogen was in her face.
Yo, man, the car's Darth Vadering the living shit out of her, yeah. And she just finally got a car. Like, he finally gets her out of the car. And I like how Arnie is more concerned about Christine than Lee. That is the funny part about it. He's more concerned about the car than his girlfriend getting choked out by it, man.
And it was the perfect cover up because the car waited for her to take one bite out of that hamburger for her to choke. And so,
can't be eating at McDonald's too quick.
So when the guy next to her, when the guy in the other car sees her choking, gets her out, does the Heimlich and actually saves her life. And so Arnie was like, man, get your hands off her. Get off of her, man. What are you doing? I'm like, you clearly can't see that he's saving your girlfriend's life. my guy.
Dumbass.
I'm like,
yo.
I'm like, my guy. What is with you, dude?
No. He just had something traumatic happen. The windshield wiper stopped working on his car. And look, Eris, priorities is one of the things I keep preaching and stressing to you. It's about priorities, the principalities, my nigga.
Now, do you like the I'm gonna say this. I could be terribly wrong, but fucking I'm gonna say it. Do you like the toxic masculinity that comes out of Arnie when he takes her home and she's like, I hate your car. I really think your car tried to kill me. Like just before I got out the car, like just before you got out the car, the doors locked by themselves. This bright light came on, and that old 50s music started playing, and then I started choking.
What you trying to say? Because Arnie is thinking like a greaser. What? I like colored music. What's wrong?
No, he went straight for the jugular with her. He said, "Do you think maybe it's because you won't put out that you're feeling jealous?"
Okay. I just love the fresh and fit leap that he makes on that. I absolutely love it.
Shout out to Fresh and Fit.
Shout out to them. Good luck to y'all, brothers. I don't know what's going to happen to you. May the Lord be with you. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe y'all come out of this unscathed at all. Maybe, just maybe one of you get punched instead of both of y'all. I don't know, but good luck to you. But that being said, I just love that was his excuse. Maybe if you give me some pussy.
Maybe you have no reason to be jealous of Christine.
And see what he said like that, it makes me think you locked them doors, did you?
So at that point, Lee is ready to just straight up break up with him. Like, nah, nigga, we done. Okay, we're done.
I like how the rain is just coming down like in straight up buckets, like globs. You know what I mean? Just fall them anyway.
But then he convinces her. He's like, no, let's give it another try. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I like how it's always the guy that's the asshole. Like, hey, let's try again. Let's like try. You were the wrong one, not her. She didn't fuck up in none of the process. You did.
So he takes her. So he takes her. Like she goes home. He takes the car back to the garage. Now, because niggas don't forget, school bullies obviously hold on to grudges longer than main villains in comic books.
Like who knew? Dr. Doom had nothing on these niggas because these motherfuckers remember the time he stood up for himself.
Remember that time he stood up for himself, and he ratted me out for bringing a knife to shop class, and I got expelled because of him, like because I threatened to kill him in school.
What the fuck is this problem, man?
Buddy Repperton and his goons, they decide to sneak into the shop and they vandalize Christine.
Buddy goes full Michael Jackson.
He goes full black or white Panther dance.
I know, Panther. God, you Bridget the Panther.
Goes black or white video.
There's a plan for me and DjTsu to be doing a whole bunch of Michael Jackson videos and like maybe like some of the tour and shit like that. We're planning to do a little critique and all that. I gotta ask the question right now. So was the Panther like representation of black? Mike, I'm confused.
Y'all stay tuned for that one.
That was deep. That was deep. That was deep. No, imagine Mike saying, "No, this shit was too deep. You weren't ready for that."
But your kids are gonna love it.
No, Lord. Anyway, but I like how so the car's beat up. Arnie is like, oh my god,
something. Let's keep it a stack here. The way that they vandalize and completely destroyed that car. The car was in worse shape at that point than it was when he found it.
Yes, it was. Like even the end, like they showed even the interior, like where the
dash was done.
The dash was done, all the mirrors was bent, all the windows was cracked, beat in, even some of the engine where the carburetor is at, that was bent inward and all the rest of it. And that was really noticeable because it's like two of them, and you just see like you can see the real bat print into both of them. You know what I mean?
It was like a couple of them was bats, and all the knife, all the cutting of the upholstery was completely wrecked, and the sledgehammer went to work. Sledgehammer was working overtime on that car.
Yeah, it was. In
fact, there was so much damage that I'm mad there was no money in the budget for us to show the fake shit that was taken in the.
I wanted to see like a little coil,
just something. A coil. No one could have.
It could have been a dog, dude. I don't care.
Listen. No one could have ran to a Wiggly Pig, like a freaking Piggly Wiggly or a Kmart in the early 80s and went to the freaking toy section and just found like the fake dog dude and just put it in the car.
983. Remember, we ain't do nasty human like that. At least not like that. They wouldn't know like it was Spencer's gift around the corner or anything like that.
That's why I said Piggly Wiggly or a Kmart. Just anything with a toy section.
Best part, Arnie sitting. Damn, did it again. Best part, Arnie sitting there with his parents. Look at all sad.
Or do the no, D, even better. Do the Dave Chappelle thing. Get a freaking payday and melt it.
The Snickers bars, y'all can do that.
Snickers bar, melt a chocolate candy bar. There you go.
Oh,
but no, the fact because D, it wasn't just the fact that Arnie mentioned it once. He's mentioned it like a good 3 times. I was like, yo, he was really pissed. So, like, dudes really took a shit in his car.
I love it because he's like, you can't even talk. You're like, can we talk? Like his mom, can we talk about this like a rational human beings? He said one of them took a shit on my dashboard of my car.
Dashboard. What is there to talk about? And now you want to be rational. When I wanted to keep the car here at the house, you told me no. You completely fucked me, Mom.
I just like how the dad is like, he knew, like the dad though he kind of fucked up, like, all right, let's check it. All right, check it, Ace. I buy you a new car, man. It's my fault. I get you a new car. Fuck your car, Dad.
I'm like, son, your parents literally just admitted that they were willing to work shit out, but I legit buy you a car. Now, would the car be as quote unquote amazing as Christine? Probably not. Because that was a Plymouth Fury that you were driving.
I just love it because Artie did this. Just Artie hit him with the step back. I'll buy you a new car, son. Well, that's what everybody wants, huh? Well, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, you think I'm playing? No, he straight up told his dad, well, fuck you.
Yeah, he did. That dinner, I'm going to keep it real. That dinner table scene is probably the most tense and hilarious put together scene in that movie because he's like he just said fuck it, I'm just gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it myself. I'm just gonna repair it myself.
Oh my god.
And he decides to leave and go back to the garage, but upon his exit, after he done cussed out his mom and his dad, he's like, hey, hey, come here, mister. You're gonna go back in there and apologize to your mom. Fuck your apology, Dad. Dude, did you like the way he yoked up his own dad? My man CQC and yoked up his dad. He's like, take your fucking hands off me, Dad.
No. He didn't say hands. Let's keep it to his lingo. And it's great lingo. Keep your mitts off me. Your mitts.
No, wait. I'm sorry. Keep your mitts off me, you shitter.
And I like how his dad legit got him, yoked him. This nigga just said, ploop. Let me tell you something, son. Let me tell you something, Dad. I'm the man of the house. When I get home, all in the family better be on. Actually, I don't think all the family was out at the time.
It was 78.
It had to be. Was it? Had to be. All in the family wasn't 80.
No.
Whatever.
No, wait, hold on. Was this on the air at the time? When I get home, when I get home, MASH better be on.
Yeah, mash better be on, Pop. So what we get is probably now, despite the dinner scene being just, come on, man. Anyway, despite that scene being what it was, the best scene in the movie to me happens next, which is
This is
just
when
simply,
this is when the movie goes full John Carpenter mode.
yeah, this is when John Carpenter's like, all right, guys, we gotta do these reverse effects and all the rest of that. So let's do this one scene like this, and then we gotta edit this scene like a motherfucker. Like, now, how did they do this, man? Did they literally like crush it, or because it really looked like one of the best way to describe it to everybody is that imagine a balloon if it's like crushed up and somebody literally blowing air into it.
So here's how it went. I got the information. So originally Carpenter had not planned to film the car's regeneration scenes, but gave the special effects supervisor Roy 3 weeks to devise a way for the car to rebuild itself. So the team made rubber molds, like from one of the cars, including the whole front end. So the whole thing was made out of rubber. And one of the cars was stripped of its engine to accommodate internally mounted hydraulics that pulled the framework inward, crumpling the car with the one shot, and then they just ran it backwards in the final film.
Yep, and rubber is sturdy enough and hard enough for you to get a pop out like that too. Wow.
In fact,
holy shit, man!
In fact, nice. You know how many of these cars they had to destroy and use in the film?
I was going to ask, man. That was a good question. I'm going to ask because it had to be at least about a good 10, maybe 23
cars. 23 cars was used in this movie, and only, from my understanding, out of the one few that survived. And rescued from the junkyard after they were done with it, was pulled from a junkyard and completely restored by a collector named Bill Gibson in Pensacola, Florida.
And then and it was one of the now of the 23. We're talking about the Fury, right? We're talking about the Fury.
They had 23 Furies. 23
of them. 23 of those. Think about it. You had to have 23 of those in 1983. That's. I'm not saying that you can't find it, man, but that just sounds like that's a little bit difficult. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you have to restore all of them too.
And like I said, there's like about two of them. Two of the remaining models of Christine that was used in the movie are floating around somewhere in America right now.
That's cool as fuck, man. It's always like the original DeLorean.
Yep. So, and there's something else too that was interesting. Considering that they had to put 23 of those cars into the movie, the total production for the 58 Plymouth Fury was only 5,300. They only made 5,300 of those cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like they only made like a limited amount of them.
Yep. And trying to find where they were was extremely difficult and expensive to buy in '83.
And that's the thing that gets me. Like a lot of that, like a good 2 million had to go to that journey alone to get all that done to you like that, man. It had to, man.
Think about it. You're getting 23 of these cars that you're gonna obviously use and destroy in the movie.
Yeah, man. 80s was different.
and only two of them were able to get pulled from a junkyard and be rescued and completely restored.
And you know, you would think there would be more, but then again, you would think there were. Only reason I say you would think there would be more is because this is a cult movie. But then again, it's a cult movie. like you're probably like, if you do see it, it ain't going to be the original one. It ain't going to be the original one.
I wanted to point out something else too before we go deeper into this movie. So when I look back at that scene, the makeout scene in the car at the drive-in movie theater between Arnie and Lee, now. The actors that we got in this movie is one thing. Before this movie was getting made, could you imagine seeing this scene being shot with Scott Baio and Brooke Shields instead?
First off, Scott
Baio was going to play Arnie.
Scott Baio was going to play Arnie. Ew, that probably would have been all right, though.
And the reason why Brooke Shields...
He would have been all right. Brooke Shields had to be like 16.
No. But guess what? Columbia Pictures wanted Brooke Shields because she did that movie, The Blue Lagoon.
She had to be like 16. Think about that old ass Scott Bale making out with her. I know Scott was like 26 at the time, but still, man. Like, man.
Oh, and guess who else auditioned for this movie?
Michael J. Fox?
No.
Oh.
Kevin Bacon.
I'm glad he wasn't in this movie.
No, Kevin Bacon.
I'm actually glad Kevin Bacon wasn't in this movie.
Kevin Bacon auditioned for the movie, but he opted for, I don't know, some movie that made him the biggest star in the world at that time called Footloose.
Yeah, I never heard that movie. I ain't never heard that movie. Because what I heard, it was Tremors that made him a star.
I see what you did there. That's
oh Lord, fuck, man. Hollow Man is still one of my favorite podcasts we ever did.
I still believe that Hollow Man is a movie that Kevin Bacon secretly loves. Like Hollow Man is his Congo.
Yes, it is.
Much like how Ernie Hudson said that out of all the movies that he's done, his favorite movie that he ever acted in was Congo.
Congo, just because you can cut loose and do whatever you want to, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's what Kevin Bacon has showed up drunk. Come on, we're having a good time, guys. Come on. You know when somebody. All right, good example. When I like you can tell when I'm a little bit too high and I'm a little bit too goofy, I go this. Oh, come on, man. It's a joke, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Why is y'all partying? Like, I'm over here. Y'all need to be. It's one of those things. So with the car, so when he sees the car being completely destroyed, Arnie looks back at the car and he just says, okay, show me. At this point, the car is like taking full possession of Arnie, of his personality, and the car begins to show him by literally pulling the gill from Third Strike, resurrection, and brings itself back to life. Yes, Arnie, as you see, I am back. Detroit Steel at your foot. Detroit. You like this? Detroit Steel, is that true? Actually, it's part Pittsburgh Steel too, though. That's not the point. The point is that I'm back and that we're going to kill everyone.
And wait a minute. I got a new body, and I ain't told nobody my little secret yet.
Eris, I swear to God. You know I actually seen how I actually used to... Wait a minute. I remember that. Like, I ain't got no body.
I got a new body, and I ain't told nobody my little secret yet. So, what's your name, kid?
Every year, it's no bullshit. I tell myself we need to go movie by movie for Child's Play. Why? Because I love it. We already did but you guys did Child's Play. Yeah, early bam. We can do it again. We can do it again. We can revisit it. If anything, I really want to go. I feel like we need to do the third one. The third one is not the good. The good was the second one to me.
The good one was the best. No, D. The best one is the second one.
No, the best one is the fourth one. Just because glass falling down is the best one.
Are you really going to tell me you prefer glass falling down over a teacher getting the brakes beaten off of her with a ruler?
All right, everybody. You want to see Eris lose an argument in no time flat? Jennifer Tilly's titties.
I've seen him in other stuff before this.
God damn it, Eris. You mean to tell me now it doesn't work?
No, it really doesn't work. Nigga,
No,
first of all,
no, Eris, here's your D. This is a conversation.
No. This is Bam, and I can go full. No, D, this is Bam, and we can go fully in. You say Jennifer Tilly's titties in this movie. Sorry, I saw them in a delightfully wonderful comedy called Liar Liar.
But their golf titties would make some better titties, and you know that.
Okay, first of all, I do not resign myself to the level of nerd that loves seeing golf titties. Don't get me wrong.
That's my only response.
Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. A nice looking golf shows up with nice looking golf titties. Oh, I'm all for it. Jennifer Tilly's, yes, they were wonderful. They were wonderful. But you know what? Wonderful golf titties does not cover up. It doesn't cover for a shitty story.
All right, you got me on that one. And plus, all of their puns were terrible in that movie.
The puns were very terrible, and
terrible.
And it was a movie. And on top of that, the movie was trying to establish itself in the late 90s. Where it had what I like to call horror movie problems, where it's dark, you just see their faces. The other horror movie problems, when I'm hearing a bunch of established rock star music.
You're sitting there like, so let me get this straight. Korn did 8 different soundtracks with only 3 songs.
Yeah.
I love that crap.
So again, my argument still stands. The second one is the best movie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's direct.
So anyway,
the second one's the best. It's direct. It's to the point. It gets its point across in less than 90 minutes.
All right. So anyway, Arnie gets to see his car comes back to life, and now he's on the prowl. And that's when the fat one, I do not know none of these bullies' names.
Moochie,
the one who was clearly getting dropped off by a pedophile in the middle of nowhere like that.
Can I say, number one, this is when you know the car has gone fully evil when Christine is now rocking the presidential tent.
Oh yeah, you know it. Whereas all you hear is like slow V8 clunk, 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 clunk sound. You know what I mean?
You're hearing that engine, you're hearing the engine and Christine slowly creeping along of a completely abandoned Los Angeles like part of town.
You know what I mean? Where all the like you could like I didn't understand why it was an overpass that he was getting dropped off at.
Yeah, why did he get dropped off at the overpass is beyond me. Why not just take him home? But then again, because the movie says that we got like another 28 minutes left, we have to get through. We got to get through these scenes pretty quick. So, So the first thing we do, we're gonna take out the bully number 4. We're gonna get rid of him first. Get rid of the fat guy. We kill Moochie by crushing him into a corner while he's brandishing a knife, saying, "Come on, Arnie, come on."
I like how this motherfucker. No. Here's the best thing. He starts running and all that, right? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I got to tell you something, Moochie. You're doing your best, but you can't escape the Plymouth Fury. You see, the Plymouth Fury comes with a standard V8 engine, over 300 horsepower. Actually, no, it wasn't 300 horsepower. But yeah, but still,
that was like a good 205.
It had to be, man. I got it. Because I'm one of those people when it comes to that, like I'll say that loud, like that can't be the real thing, yeah. But anyway,
I mean, he gets crushed. First of all, did you like how the car knows that the corner that Moochie is hiding in is very narrow, and the car literally says, "Fuck this! Like fuck your corner space. I'm gonna scrunch myself up and crush you regardless." The car breaks itself trying to kill him.
It really it looked like it broke its shoulders just to get in there. My only problem,
it pulled the Murtaugh. You intentionally popped your shit out of socket just so you could kill this guy.
The only problem I have is this, and at that point, while I was still trying to and shove itself in there, why did you not hop on the hood and run on top of it?
Could have did that.
Could have, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It got its food. I guess in this case,
it straight up crushed him in that corner. And then
wow. Okay, Eris. 1958. Then the optional engine was the 350. Or in other words, 5.7 1.7-liter engine called the Great Commando with two 4-barrel combustors producing 305 horsepower.
I was off by 100.
315 horsepower option with fuel injection was available. So yeah. So even the standard one, 300 horsepower.
Okay.
That was
so you was right.
Wow, that's a serious ass car, nigga. You ain't out running that shit, man. Yo, you ain't running. Look, Eris, it's like this. Let me make it very clear. You're not outrunning a car anyway. Nobody's outrunning a car.
You're not outrunning a car, and you for damn sure ain't outrunning a car with you running in some goddamn PF Flyers.
And let's just be even more. Let's just be really real, y'all. A busted Chevy Cavalier can kill you. Okay, let's just make that very clear. But D was just trying to specify that is 300 horsepower of pure Detroit muscle. You're dead, nigga.
There's no getting around that.
You are dead. I just like the fact that the rumor like he got squashed. He got squashed. That's how he died.
And then we are introduced to the detective in this movie. Detective Rudy Jenkins, played by Harry Dean Stanton.
Hey, Harry, what you doing in this movie? Well, I'm in between. That's great, man.
Like with him, and he's been in a shitload of movies. As a matter of fact, D. Now, I know his name in this movie is Detective Rudy Jenkins, but I said, hey, it's Detective Brain from Escape from New York.
Yeah. Again, I forgot Harry Dean Stanton is like one of the dudes that stay around Carpenter. I forgot about that. Yeah. But yeah, I just like the fact that he showed up and like Arnie, truly thinking that shit is not going to affect him. He's walking to his car. He just see this old guy show up out of nowhere. It was a nice car.
It's a nice car you got there. Says that your girlfriend put out a police report saying it was completely ripped apart and destroyed. How'd you get it fixed up so quick?
Yeah, I mean, things. Who are you again? I like how he did that twice with him. Like, who are you? I'm like, nobody.
Then he asked him. He says, it's funny. A car that narrowly fits this description. A guy named, you probably know this guy named Moochie. Yeah, he was completely crushed and killed by a car exactly like this one.
Also, meant to mention his girlfriend. He said everybody knows that the local police, your mom, your dad, your girl, cute girlfriend, by the way. You're 46, man. Chill.
No,
I say that to anybody. Anybody like, man, I don't mean it like that. You know what I meant? Yeah, I know what you meant. Chill.
I thought it was funny that he told him, and he said, like, when he told him, like, yeah, I got the car from so and so, and I was fixing it up, and I was doing this and doing that, and he says, you mind showing me the receipt?
Let's show you a receipt.
No. When he asked for the receipt, he gave the best response. Just, sorry, man, tossed it.
And the look on his face, like, the white guy. Yep. Sorry.
Sorry, man, tossed it. So he tells him, of course, he's like, well, if you remember anything, you can give me a call. I'm like, yeah, this is obviously a cop who's going to stay on you for the remainder of this movie, Arnie.
I'm mad at this showing Christine, like, yeah, I got a bump right here, the bump right there. You can see it.
I like how he's clearly pointing at nothing, by the way.
He's just vaguely pointing in a direction or something.
It's just according to the report, you were really distraught about this. You even said that that one of the perpetrators defecated on your on your dashboard.
Yes, they took a shit on my dashboard. Now, can you do what you do with the black people and not even bother me?
Not even bother me.
Yo, I just like the fact that this motherfucker got out the car like, yeah, so yeah, what? I'm like, yeah, you better be like you're white, Arnie. You may
again, you better enjoy the fact that you are being possessed in a and looking like a 50s greaser. Like at any minute,
he's about to go bow, bow, bow.
So
better go to the malt shop. Better bust this girl's back out in the back of the Plymouth.
in the back of a malt shop. So, so let's think about this. Because later that night, Christine goes back out on her own after killing Moochie. Next goes to a gas station and tracks down both Don and Richie.
Now I like Richie because his hair is ridiculous. And
first of all, when I saw Richie, I said, "Oh, so Richie, let me find out. You survived the explosion, changed your name to Windows, and took yourself all the way down to like Antarctica, only to get fucked up by an alien in the thing."
Yeah. God, man.
But then I was like, wait a minute. The thing came out before this. So.
It's like this. Like, you can't make that connection also because you're like it's hard to make that connection because this motherfucker becomes a dummy in a couple seconds.
Yes.
Because
I took a picture of that shit.
That shit was hilarious. Because all right, let's make it very clear. Now they're in a motherfucking it's both his buddy and homie, they just driving and just see the brights on behind them. Like, who the fuck is that?
It's like, and right, this guy wants to play, huh? Okay, you want to play? Let's play.
I like how this motherfucker pulls up at a gas station ready to square up to fight this nigga. Here's me, buddy. If anything, Buddy's about that action. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's about that life.
I give Buddy that. The knife coming out, the pocket knife was just not a thing. No, I do that every day. I cut my sister. I'm that crazy. I'm that type of crazy. Yeah, this motherfucker. I like how this motherfucker. You just see the car pull in and just T-bones the living crap out of his car, right?
Bro, his car like, got wrecked.
And they're like, and I forgot who said it. Somebody said, he was like, wait, is that Archie Cunningham? like, no, can't be. And all of a sudden, he backs out, pulls back in. Then your boy on straight up dummy mode. The way it looked, Eris, I looked at it twice. No, I looked at it quite a few times. The way it looked like the dummy, whatever the dummy was on, it went up before. Yes. It looked like it went up in a different way. But whatever, all you just saw, it just the stiffness. It's hilarious.
Like he gets crushed and it kills Richie and causes an explosion at the gas station. Like Christine at this point, this is probably one of the coolest shots in the movie is seeing Christine completely on fire.
Yeah, and that's where I was telling myself, like, that's when it hit me. I'm like, this had to been like, there had to be 5 cars right there in that scene that they had to went through, man, because good Lord, man, especially now the shot of it being on fire. I will say this, it is nothing against the shot itself. I bet in 1983 that was way scarier.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can say it. I'm not saying that the shot is bad. I'm not saying that the aspect of it is bad. It's just that what we've seen in horror and to be scared and all the rest of that, it's not as scary as it. I bet it was scary when it first came out. When you saw that thing in flames like that, I bet it was like, okay, this is creepy. You know what I mean? Like
that was actually a thing. That was a thing in the when it came to 80s, not even just 80s horror, but just 80 movies in general. Mm-hmm. When the bad guy would emerge from something on fire. Case in point, the T-800 at the end of Terminator, when it was on fire, then it revealed its exoskeleton as it's a T-800. Mm-hmm. And going back to our previous conversation, Child's Play 1 with Chucky, being completely burnt to a crisp was actually scarier than he is normal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And that's what, and you know what? You nailed it. And that's what it is. I know the whole aspect of the that's what it's supposed to be. So I get that. So when I seen the scene, and you just see it's in slow motion, and I love it because you see some of the flames. It looked like it's just perfectly engulfed it and it's just like laying on top of it, and you just see as it go. It looks cool. And I'm thinking to myself, I bet back in the day that was scarier looking.
Also, if you notice how the front grill is completely busted up, so it looks like it has razor teeth.
Exactly, and that's what I loved about it. I was thinking to myself, I bet that imagery back in the day was a lot scarier than now, because right now I'm kind of desensitized. It's like I get it, but whatever, man. If anything, I blame CGI.
Absolutely. As someone who
don't know how, but
as someone who will always favor practical effects over CGI, I appreciate what they were able to work with on a $10 million budget.
Seeing how Blumhouse has the rights to this movie, and they have been currently in rewrites of this movie. I think they will, of course. I know Blumhouse. They're going to use CGI, but to see how they have used it, and I know it does kind of fall on the director and the producer and whomever's doing it. But I guarantee you, if they're going to make it the way you want to make it, unless it's going to be some weird, I don't know, the only way they can make it, Cordy, if it's like some Tesla that comes alive and some shit, and you can make that still scary, but. Unless you're going to do it like that, no, you really going to have to bust up an old ass car. You're going to have to get at least like 70 of the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah. To make it as intense as you want to be, you're going to have to use a good deal of practical effects. It's going to have to be one of those projects, which Blumhouse goes, God, that's a lot of money though, bruh. That's how Blumhouse looks at it. That's a lot of money.
I mean, do you see any kind of return on that investment?
That's what I'm saying. The movie's going to be mostly CGI, and that I already know it right now. And I'm like, does that look good on cars? I seen the Fast series. No, it never looks good on cars. No. You know what I mean? CGI with cars always looks like a blur, or it looks like a toy car. So if they want a real return, they're going to have to do practical effects, and it's going to have to spend. But as you know, oh God, they're spending a lot more money.
Of course, if they go practical, they're going to be spending way more money
than anybody expects, man. And that's the shit part about it, Eris. We talk about this all the time. The fact that you're going to have the fact that it costs so much money to do practical effects, man, just so much, man. And when you look at it in contrast to CGI, it's like, put the green screen up. Like that's the part I hate about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
well, you know what? I made a mistake. When I mentioned the detective questioning Arnie, that was after all three gang members were killed, not just Moochie. It was all. Yeah. So when all of them were killed, what I find hilarious is, of course, at this point, Junkins is very suspicious of Arnie. Having discovered the paint from Christine at the scenes of both of the crimes, but he has no direct evidence to implicate Arnie, which is even funny because he's got an alibi for all of the events.
All of them. He's always got an alibi for it. And
my man was like, nah, sir. I was running the delivery.
Nah, I wasn't there. And like, nah, that had nothing to do with me. I wasn't there. And so finally, now, this is the best part for D. This is one of the best parts. As the car comes back from killing Buddy.
Yeah, at this point it was all smoky and stuff.
75-year-old white heiress is at work. There's that motherfucker right there. Why the car coming to be all smoking and shit?
Like, I told him not to bring that smoky shit in here. He didn't realize that by the time he got to the car, it was completely clean.
That's the shit that got me, because look on his face like, wait, what? So he hops in so he does the genius thing.
Well, first he calls, because remember, he knows that Arnie is out doing a delivery for him. So he's like, wait a minute, why is Arnie's car back here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he take off on my car? Did he leave my car somewhere? So he's calling, trying to verify, did the dude come and pick up the stuff? Was he driving my car? Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that means somebody stole Arnie's car and brought it here.
Yeah. So he's doing a good thing. He's trying to find out.
My man pulls out the blicky.
I about to say he pulled out the shotty. The peace that brings all understanding.
Rolls up on the car and tells whoever's in there, he's like, "You got to get out, or I'm gonna put all this lead in your ass."
That's what a lot of gay guys say.
And of course, he discovers nobody's in the car. He sits in it,
and that's the stupid thing. And I'm saying stupid. Like, okay, Eris, you open up a door and you suspect somebody's in a car. You open it up and nobody's in there. Do you sit in the car?
No.
Of course. You grew up with common sense. So this dumbass motherfucker decides to go in a car.
What is it with everybody over the age of 40 in this movie that sits in a freaking 58 Plymouth Fury and just goes, "Oh man, I'm reliving my glory days."
That's what it is. That's what it is. I was watching again, you know me, American Dad. Snot Small was in a little basement. It's like, oh my god, it's adorable up his room, and all of a sudden it's like, do you know that I followed a Journey cover band for one whole summer? And Klaus, this is literally the first time you and I met, and basically. Push come to shove, she sat on Klaus's face.
Nice.
Look, what happened, Dee? She was reliving her youth, being in a basement, being in a basement with an air hockey table.
She sat on Klaus's face, and I will say this: hey, man, Klaus had to sit through that story. He deserves something.
No, the best part was she's like, air hockey, I love it. He's like, oh my god, it's the basement. Listen to me, we must leave. The basement has you. She's like, you gonna make me play with myself? I'm like, yep, she about to fuck you, Klaus. What happened? She sat on Klaus, and it broke up a happy little relationship. It was hilarious. But anyway, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, Eric. I remember when I was in this back in 1960. I had these two girls, both African Americans. It was amazing. They showed me the real meaning of Africans. It's always something tribal because white people don't know how to gauge black people. They showed me what true dark African love was. Excuse me. Glad nobody was around to hear me make that up. This nigga sits in the car. That's a wrap. This was done. So Christine invokes the power of smoke.
Not even. Oh yeah, she runs all of that smoke and rolls up the seat. Rolls the seat, like goes from reclining mode into straight up. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to sit up real quick. Oh, by the way, like you seen cars ain't gonna do this for like another 6 years. But my steering wheel telescopes. So yeah. like the car was the freaking steering wheel telescopes up. Put the car seats being pushed up. My man gets crushed in the car.
Mm-hmm. So your boy
that was Christine's way of saying no one gets inside of me but Arnie.
Yeah, no one touched my insides but Arnie. Arnie shows up the next day, policemen everywhere, and Arnie, because he's a white guy, what's going on? Yep. Me, I'm back up and running.
So of course, he's got the perfect alibi, and no one. At this point,
I was out doing deliveries.
And it was like, well, how come you didn't deliver the stuff to him? I was tired. I went home. I figured I would do it in the morning.
Like, yeah, that's a likely story. I don't understand it with you kids. I don't understand it with you kids and your Michael Jackson music. Hey, Off the Walls is a good album. Yeah. You know what else is a good album? Bruce Springsteen. Keep to your people.
Jesus. But no. So with all of that happening, with all this going on, he tells him, no, Arnie, it's okay. You go to school. We're just going to take a look around here. You say you got an alibi. If everything checks out, you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Arnie, of course, is still like, no. What are you guys doing to Christine? What are you doing to Christine? I mean, I feel for Arnie. I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. If my car is implicated in the murder of a guy that I had no problems with.
Yeah, because when he said that to me, it really felt like, can you give me Christine a moment? The fuck is your problem? I like him. I fucking like him.
Like, why would you
do that? It's the crazy fucking shit you do. It's the crazy shit you do.
Meanwhile, Christine is like, but you would have thought I cheated on you. He was inside me. What was I supposed to do?
Oh my fucking God. This shit again. That's not how the metaphor actually works. But that's how it works with me.
I felt violated.
Right there.
He brought a foreign object into me.
Oh, right there, Eris. Right before you start talking again, show him in real life. Arnie standing in front of the car. The car. Oh my God. Christine, why are you not listening to me? I love you too. And that's why I want to do this. Hold on, Eris. Come back to you. It is you, Christine. Do you understand me, Christine? We can't keep doing this. I can't. Anyway, I'm done.
No, you said that perfectly. Like, Artie is clearly talking to the car, and the car is somehow revving itself, and no one's questioning this.
That's the best part, is revving itself, and no one's questioning it. You know what I heard these stats doing? That's a guy that loves his car. I had the same one. I had the same thing too. No, it was actually a Ford Ranger, but yeah, same principle.
And again, everyone is completely unaware that Christine can drive herself. So here we are, damn, like a whole 40 years before Tesla was a thing. We had Christine.
So Lee finally, because she ain't worth shit, go to her man house.
Well, she already broke up with Arnie
because she jealous. And she go over hit Dennis' house and shit, and like talking bad behind my back, like, that's my car though. So why you even mad at my car?
Well, the first thing
I'm backing up Arnie at this point.
You're backing up Arnie, but I'm under Lee's plan. I know what she's trying to do. She's talking to Dennis, and she says, I think the only way that we can save Arnie is we have to destroy it. We have to kill Christine. We got to kill that car.
And I like how Dennis, who is like, I am
going to Arnie's place for New Year's.
I was going there, in a minute. Apparently, it's a Christmas movie, y'all.
No, it's a New Year's movie. We already know
New Year's movie. Yeah, I forgot it's a New Year's movie more than that. But yeah, I just like the fact that I just saw Christmas lights and shit like that, man.
So let's just go ahead and sum this up, D. This movie took place over the span of 6 months.
I was really going to say 6 years.
No.
I don't know why I thought you was gearing up to say 6 years.
No, it took place over the course of 6 months.
Yeah, it took over. It took about a semester of school type of thing. You know what I mean? And I like how it finally there's a plan. Going to draw Christine out, going to see what's going on, all the rest of that shit, right?
And that would be after you can't convince Arnie verbally to get rid of Christine, which we all know for a damn fact that shit was never going to work. Because did you see Dennis? Dennis was clearly in fear of his life when Arnie decides to go full ass Kurt Russell in Death Proof by driving on the opposite side highway, talking about, yeah, it's only me and Christine against all the shitters of the world.
Yeah, dog.
I saw where you were going with. Dennis was like, yeah, man, fuck them niggas.
It's always like that. Like for me, it's always this. It's always this one.
Stay up.
No, it's always this. There's always this one going down a highway at a high rate of speed. I don't understand that shit, man. And here's the thing to get me. You can't be loyal. She could be loyal, Wayne. Yeah, man. I know that's very good. And she gonna tell me. That I'm like, how long you know have I ever heard it, man? You ain't never heard it before. You can drive like straight, like on this side of the car, man. It don't make no sense, man. But like you driving like really fast. We just passed them cops, dog. You gotta
fuck the cops.
And it's always fuck the cops too. And here's brave stand up for himself. Then, yeah, man, my bad, dog. Yeah, there you see. At that point, all I can think in my mind, because Dee's a survivor, all Dee can think is just make it to the CVS. Y'all make it to the CVS. You can just make up some bullshit like Angie got you doing something, and you can like, nah, she gonna pick me up. That happened to me that happened like two years ago. I'm not even going to tell you the friend, not even going to tell you what it's about. It's not even important enough. We didn't even bring it up to you, but it's somebody that you know. That's all you need to know.
Dee, I know this story. No, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, all you need to know was high speed and Dee. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you want to slow down, man? Because look, Dee's bitch ass. Look, man, I got kids, bro. You know, you can do that later, man. You can do that without me. Anyway, but yo, the nigga get like, so he started pounding them biz. You like you say, he started pounding them biz. Like, what? You scared? It's just me and Christine, man.
You don't want a beer? You don't want to drink? Arnie, you shouldn't drink and drive.
Man, see look, here's Arnie. Mm-hmm. See, I knew you wasn't gang no more, bro. I already knew. Nah, nigga, you ain't gang no more now. Nah, no, you ain't. Want me to take you? Look, here with the DMX, Harris. Want me to take you home?
Want me to take you home?
Because I take you home.
I take you home. You scared, man.
Take you home. You scared, my nigga. I hate how black men do that to black men.
They do.
I hate how everybody had that happen in their life. You scared? I take you home, bro.
You see, Dennis? You like see what you did right there? See, I told you, if you fall, you best pick your punk ass up. And guess what? You ain't do that.
Let me tell you something about love, my nigga.
You still never picked your punk ass up. That's why you're walking around with crutches and shit.
Let me tell you something about love, my nigga. Oh damn. It eats everything. It eats it's vicious appetite. Like the second you start talking like this, here's Dennis. Oh Jesus. I ain't got no seatbelt on either.
Well, that right there was probably the most intense scene. One of the most intense scenes in the movie was Dennis and Arnie and Christine driving at the high rate of speed. Because at this point, I'm pretty sure the audience in 83 watching this movie for the first time was thinking, yo, he's about to kill Dennis.
I like how do the whole speech. Wow, man, that's a lot of emotion, my nigga. Is that you feel that same way about Lay? Nigga, fuck her.
Again, he goes fresh and fit.
No, he has a full on. Actually, he has a full on Myron spasm. What the fuck her, man? Or bringing up bitches for, bro.
Like, or you know what? No, you know what that was? What that reminded me of? It's like, wow, you really feel that way about Lee? Oh, that fucking skeezer. You think I give a fuck about her? Fuck that old bitch. I don't give a fuck about her. He went Nino Brown on Lee.
Skeezer.
Like, is that what you think this is about?
Nah, man, look, check it out. We're going on the other side of the highway. No, we're going on the other side of the highway. Why are you scared? Christine got me. See, got my hands on. Christine got us. This nigga then does the most disrespectful shit in the world. He then goes up to Christine, grinds on the hood of the car, Daryl's tonight. I'm like, you a hoe for that. I'm saying better. See, now you're gonna have to die, Dennis. Now you gonna have to die with your skipping ass, nigga.
I do like the fact that he was skipping pretty damn hard because I said, "Yo, this man is moving pretty spry for someone who just had a broken leg over the course of 3 months."
Just saying, man, for a nigga that got a permanent ice pack on his knee, you got agility, dude. Because this dude climbing through a window trying to get in that motherfucker and everything, man. So anyway, just to really kind of speed it up, of course. We get the showdown. We get the showdown at the junkyard.
The stage 10 of this freaking beat 'em up video game.
Now, in your bingo, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably telling yourself, "Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to come out there to try to crush the car." So, what vehicle? That's a fucking bulldozer. You got a bulldozer, nigga.
Bulldozer.
They got a full-on bulldozer. And it makes you say,
no, well, see, hold on. It makes sense because why? They're at a junkyard.
Yes, it would be. That's what I'm saying.
They have to corner Christine.
And the question is this, D. But actually, the question is this. So, Dennis just knew how to drive that thing. Yeah, man, it's simple, man. Anybody can do. Yeah, I mean, they ain't courses to drive a doggone bulldozer. I mean, come on, man. But I like it because him and Leia are like sitting in there. They got this plan. And she's like, "Yeah, let's kick his ass." Like, you do realize that car can go faster, right? And
you do realize that car is gonna like can and will murder everybody in this junkyard.
Oh my god, man. And it's great. It's a great scene because she's out there trying to dodge the fucking car, right? And you see Arnie and you see him do this little thing where he brings his head down and he got the perfect mat. He got all the black makeup over his eyes.
Yep.
It is just blatant black makeup. It's not even like eyeshadow or nothing. No, this is like John Carpenter slapped him right on the fucking eyelids and told him go out there, man. And
that shit was crazy, man.
It's a great shot too, man.
Like, dude, the whole time she's playing freaking chicken with Christine.
And like it's going into the motherfucking we're all going to the office, breaking everything and all the rest of that shit. And
like, I don't know if you were like me, D. I was like, yo, this has to be the most intense scene. Like, I'm sorry, this has to be the most intense game of Frogger ever.
It did. And then with all that, she finally died. Like right before that shot, though. Remember, Christine was kind of beat up, and it makes like a Yui, and it comes back and it's fully restored, and that's what you see that little shot. And then Dennis, for whatever reason, Dennis like, "Oh man, oh shit, the fucking bulldozer turned off." This nigga over here hot wiring, which makes me say again, nigga, how old are you? How do you know how to do all this shit? But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Gaddafi's the GOAT.
Hold on,
Gaddafi's the GOAT. The last post. Christine for Twisted Metal reboot. You know what? That is not a bad idea.
Actually, it's kind of funny. It's funny, Gaddafi. Now you said this right here, right? Nuh-uh. Oh, no. For me, right there when you said that, for me, what gets me is that right when the lights turned on, that's what the song would have been playing if I was driving Christine. You and I, doom, 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 boom, boom, doom, doom. But the best part about this is all that
blew my mind 69 times.
So here's the thing: he lay ducks around the counter. Christine goes head first into it. He goes already
just flying out.
And he takes this big long piece of glass out of his chest, and it could be because the light that's beaming onto him. It's just that I love the way the shot looks. It's like I kind of just, I don't know why, I just like how that is, man. The lighting in this movie is actually pretty and kind of impressive, man, from back then.
You know what I really liked was he. At this point, yes, Arnie, you are so dead because you are thrown through the windshield. You're impaled on a shard of glass. You're done. And even still, you still look at Christine like you're still the greatest thing to ever come into my life. Even though he died in Lee's arms,
Let me tell you something.
He looked at Christine like, you were the greatest thing to ever happen to me. Yes.
I gotta be honest with you, Eris, as a dude that has owned technically 2 Chryslers in his life, You don't get it. You simply just don't understand. So.
No, I get it. I'm like, bro, you had Christine, the car that possessed you. Turned you into a 50s greaser. You were able to get the one girl that every guy in the school wanted.
Don't forget about the murders.
Yeah, you got away with 3 whole ass murders.
I mean, people that you hated, and all 3 of these dudes had it. Okay, 2 of them. All right, Buddy had it coming. The other 2, they were just there, man. Come on, they didn't have to die.
Gaddafi. Oh God, for the love of God, Gaddafi, I hate you for this. This movie is an analogy about falling in love with an e-girl.
How in the world, Gaddafi, do you find it that why would you say something so bold and yet so brave? Like, why would you say that?
And the reason why I question that, Gaddafi, is first of all, you are implying that an e-girl is even smart enough to do half of the shit that Christine does.
Second of all, you're assuming that an e-girl has a V8 engine.
Has a V8 engine and 300 horsepower. And you're also assuming that an e-girl can repair herself.
That's actually deep. That last part is deep. Because if I know anything about e-girls, they need to be repaired. I like how Arnie's dead. All right, let's take this into full gear and let's start crushing Christine. He starts crushing it. All right. Why is this?
No, remember the car. No, the car goes into full-on vengeance mode because Arnie's gone. I don't have my driver anymore, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to kill both Dennis and Lee.
Rampage.
And, the car tries to attack. Remember, the car is going into freaking support beams, crashing into crashing into freaking jack stands,
side swiping everything around it,
just getting all bashed up and shit. I was like, yo, the car is getting worse, but it keeps repairing itself.
You see, it's representation of being in a bad relationship, and you got to repair yourself. I could make that analogy, but
So
we got 2 minutes before we're done.
So finally, they finally get Christine to the with the bulldozer by running it over repeatedly.
I like how even when they thought it was done, you just saw that jump pumping itself up, saw the lights cut back on. I'm like, yo, Christina, she a bad bitch.
Yeah.
She ain't trying to go out.
In the words of Frieza, this thing is a tough old bird. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes.
Wow. Anyway.
Yes, first dub. Frieza.
Wow, Eris. Wow,
no,
man.
Seriously.
Drag it. Rock the dragon.
No, not that one. This is the fresh Funimation. The first time that they added
Linda Young doing the voice of all.
Yes,
Yeah.
That one. Bro, I'm dead serious. The car was getting crushed repeatedly, and it kept repairing itself. So they said, screw it. We're just going to run the bulldozer over every single time. Just keep doing it until the car can't immediately regenerate.
I like how they kept doing it to the point cubed it.
No, that was the other thing. When they kept running it over and over and over to the point where Christine's like, I'm tired. I can't even regenerate myself anymore. Jump cut. We're in the junkyard. We're back in the junkyard the next morning, and the car is being the car gets dropped into a crusher, and it comes out as a solid block.
And I'm thinking to myself, so is Arnie's dead body still in there? And did y'all inform the police?
No, see, Junkins comes back and says, well, you kids ought to be proud of yourself. You're heroes. No, we're not. Couldn't save Arnie.
Let me tell you something, son. As soon as he got inside Christine, you already lost him.
The part that I liked was how the movie pulls a fast one on you by thinking you're gonna hear that old music. They hear the old 50s music. They think it's coming from the car when it was just some guy that works at the junkyard was walking by with the freaking boombox on his shoulder and playing that music. They're like, oh God, we thought the car was back. Mm-hmm. They walk away from the block, and of course, in typical horror movie fashion, the camera zooms in, and we see one piece of the front end just just start moving, and I'm like, oh, it's still alive.
Man.
Then fade to black, play bad to the bone, movie's over.
You know what? I when it comes to, like I said, what we said in the beginning of it, this is one of the it's one of the Carpenter movies that a lot of people kind of forget when it comes to mention all the rest of the Carpenter movies. That's because, you know, his top three are bangers. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they are so solid bangers. And even when we was doing They Live, remember we said even to an extent They Live, even though that was his top five, that doesn't get talked about a lot. So when it comes to the ones that are good that don't get talked about a lot, yeah, this one doesn't get talked about a lot, despite it being Stephen King, and that's the thing that gets me off. That gets me too. It gets me off that Stephen King's in here. But that's the thing that kind of like, wow, even a Stephen King movie, I don't hear this thing get mentioned that much. That's just weird.
You really don't hear about Christine as much because. Again, I got to go off of Carpenter's work here. Look at Carpenter's body of work. See, this movie came out. When this movie came out, you had his biggest movie at the time, The Thing, and then before that, Escape from New York.
Mm-hmm.
You got two giant movies that tower over Christine.
Yeah,
and then you come out with the lesser hit Starman, but still a hit amongst cult fans.
Yeah.
And then you got the mega hit Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep.
And then you got the other hit Prince of Darkness. And then finally They Live, which again is the last great movie from Carpenter.
Now I remember, and I gotta watch it again. I have to do relook at Memoirs of the Invisible Man. I do have to look at that again, though, man, because I was too young when I first watched it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really get half of the humor. Wow, Sam Neill was in the movie. Wow, I got to check it out. But still, yeah, I would like to. You know, it's Chevy Chase. Now, here's the problem about it. Now, here's the trick about that. It's 90s Chevy Chase. That's not good. That's not good. Chevy Chase, I love him to death. I love Chevy Chase to death. Real talk. I don't like none of the shit you did in the 90s. Everything you did in the 90s was trash, and he even knew it. Yeah. So that kind of tells you something on that one, man. But yeah, I really think that this movie was like just like I said, it's one of the underrated ones, man. It's kind of cool too, man. It is kind of cool that a lot of people don't. Here's the one thing that kind of throws you off too. When it comes to his line of work, this movie, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, and Vampires are the only movies that he doesn't have a reoccurring character like in the rest of his movies. Yeah. I thought Harry Dean Stanton was in another one of his movies. I was wrong.
No, it was this movie. Harry Dean Stanton was in Christine.
Yeah, I thought he was in other movies that like Carpenter did. I was totally wrong.
Besides Escape from New York, he popped up in Christine.
Yeah. So it kind of gets like Charles Cypher's not being in this movie is shocking to me. Like Cypher's not being in it, George Buck Flower not being in it is shocking to me. You would think they would have been in this movie. Nah,
dude, Christine was like that one movie, even though they don't mention it on Wiki, like of all the recurring collaborators. Like you said, Dean, he's the only one not listed on this list to show up in this movie. Everybody else that's under like the reoccurring like roles, like people who've shown up more than 3 times in Carpenter's movies, none of them showed up in this movie.
Wait. He actually counts. Really? Al Luong actually counts as somebody that reoccurred?
Yeah, he showed up 3 times.
Big Trouble Little China, They Live, and Escape from LA.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's funny. So whatever. But that's kind of interesting, man. We finally did another Carpenter movie, man. I think the next one we'll do probably would be The Fog. I think that's the next one. But that's depending if we want to do it for 3 Black Geeks or we want to do it for Bam. But doesn't matter though, man. But I'm glad we finally did this movie because they had to do this shit, man. We had to do it, not the Bam anyway. You know, took a while because fuck me.
We also gotta keep in mind too. The other thing about Carpenter is he is also a music producer.
Yes, he is.
He produced a lot of the soundtrack for many of his movies.
Escape from New York, and Halloween.
Halloween was his first.
Halloween obviously is one of his is probably the most famous of all of them, man.
Then like followed by Dark Star, Escape from New York, Halloween 2, Halloween
Mhm.
3, The Fog, Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live, Christine, Body Bags, In the Mouth of Madness, Village of the Damned, Escape from LA, Vampires, Ghost of Mars, Assault on Precinct 13, Lost Themes 2, Halloween again, and Lost Themes 3, Alive After Death.
So, you know what's kind of funny? The Thing is not on there. And that's the reason why. The reason why is because if I'm mistaken
It was a
about
different producer did The Thing.
yeah, and I am mistaken, that was Morricone that did that. I think Morricone did The Thing.
I will pull that up in just a second. Hold up. I want you to put this up in the group. Put this up in the chat. Put this on screen. I want you to look at this is what the vinyl record for Christine looked like when it was released.
Give me 1 second.
This got released in '89. I want you to take a look at it. Tell me, does that not scream hilarious?
I gotta see this shit because I got this feeling that it's gonna look very, very timely. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where is that? All right, share, tab. God, where's that? Maybe that one. No, not that one. No, not that one at all. All right, screw it.
Oh yeah, just go to the Christine soundtrack.
Oh, that's what I wait a minute.
No, it pulled up.
It bounced. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it pulled up. What's the name? Yeah, I got it. It pulled up that share. I promise you, I'm getting there as fast as I can.
Over there on the right.
Right. Wait a minute. What the? What? Why? God, I can't zoom into it more. Come on, man. It's just a second look at
it's moosh all people.
You switched it. You switched your scene. You know what I gotta say? You know what I gotta say? I'm gonna say, Ricky! So I got a question. 1970s. I just got a question. Why? 1970s, 83, the year I was born. I was born. What the fuck?
So the music showed up in 83, but this didn't get released on vinyl until 89. I know.
Somebody did that shit on purpose, dude. That was on purpose, man. I hope it was Carpenter too. Get the one wearing the shot with a fat kid.
So you mentioned who did the music, the soundtrack for The Thing. Yeah, right. It was Morricone.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was Morricone because I remember it was because I know that Carpenter made the theme for The Thing or something like that. It was like he did something. I know he did something in that soundtrack.
No.
I was not really sure.
Well, what it was Morricone took Carpenter's style of synthesized music and used it. Basically, he replicated Carpenter's style of synthesized music and made the main theme of The Thing.
I laughed at that because when you say he took synthesized music, like when you said it like that to me, Morricone rolled his eyes. So he's one of them.
Hold on.
It's Morricone. So you know he's like,
no, it's Morricone, but check this out.
He's like this. That's it? Really? This is what you so pressed over? I do orchestras, nigga. This is it?
No, wait,
I made spaghetti westerns, bro.
Wait, hold on. Listen. In 2012, Morricone, he recalled, I asked Carpenter as he was preparing some electronic music with an assistant to edit on the film. Mm-hmm. He said, why did you call me if you wanted to do it on your own? He surprised me and said, I got married to your music. This is why I called you. Then he showed me the film. Later, when I wrote the music, we didn't exchange ideas. He ran away, nearly ashamed of showing it to me. I wrote the music on my own without his advice. Naturally, as I have become quite clever since '82, I've written several scores relating to my own life, and I had written one which was electronic music, and Carpenter took the electronic score. Carpenter said, Morricone did the like you said, the orchestras, and recorded for me 20 minutes of music that I could use wherever I wished, but without seeing any footage. I cut his music into the film, and I realized there were places, mostly scenes of tension, in which this music would not work. I secretly ran off and recorded in a couple of days a few pieces to use. My pieces were very simple electronic pieces. It was almost just tones. It was not really music at all, but just background sounds. Something today you might even consider as sound effects.
I like that crap though. I like the fact that was Carpenter's style. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I really do. Shout out and rest in all types of paradise to Mr. Ennio Morricone, because he passed away last year, and 91 years old too, man.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the most, and I stand by that, top 5 all time when it comes to movie soundtrack makers, man. Morricone is great. But just to hear that kind of story, that's cool. That's the cool shit right there. Yep. So anyway, Eris, this was a fun little conversation. I already got something planned for us the next time. I don't know, and it's probably going to be a lot sooner than I think it is. This time, you and I are going to get Chris. We're going to have some mimosas. And hopefully, one of us take home a white woman, and she don't want to be ignored. That's going to be you, because
I'm a white woman that doesn't want to get ignored. That doesn't want to be ignored.
Yeah, you know what it is. Glenn Close, showing us why she is one of the most handsome women of all time. I stand by that joke. I think she's hot, but she is kind of handsome. Oh, that movie should look good. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. But next movie we're gonna do is Next movie we're gonna do is Fatal Attraction, and like I said, it goes into the long-standing tradition of BAM, where it's like, look at her, man. She's beautiful. To be with each other. We're supposed to be with each other. She's one crazy ass bitch. It goes into the long tradition of us doing those movies. So, Eris, good talking to you, brother.
Same to you, sir.